Live from Rocky Mountain High School in Meridian, Idaho, it's the showdown of the week, and tonight it's a good one. It's the Battle of the Mountain. The Rocky Mountain Grizzlies taking on the Mountain View Mavericks. Welcome to Rocky Mountain High School with Joel Schneider. I am Mark Snyder, and we've got a great game tonight, Joel, between these two longtime rivals, separated by only 7 miles in distance, and it's the traditional Battle of the Mountain.
Absolutely looking forward to seeing who wins this axe down here tonight. It's going to be awesome.
Last year, Rocky Mountain put the hurt on the Mavericks, a 61-7 win at Mountain View. Each road team has won the last 2 games in the series, and when you look now at some of the key players in tonight's game, what stands out right off the top for the Mountain View Mavericks is their senior wide receiver, Kian Foy. He is averaging nearly 100 yards receiving a game.
Yeah, really excited to see Kian Foy tonight. Obviously has a great relationship with Henry Nelson, the quarterback, a senior, leading the team out there, dynamic playmaker, a lot of yards per game, put up good numbers against Farmington and then last week versus Meridian. So excited to see what Kian has to offer for us tonight.
For the home team, it's the Swiss Army knife, Mr. Everything, Rashawn Jones, the transfer from Baker City, Oregon. He is going to go to Boise State next year. He does it all. He plays offense, defense, special teams. Coach Scott Kreiner says the best high school player he's ever coached. That's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot. That's Scott Kreiner's been around for a long time, and so if it's the best he's ever seen, that's pretty great. Rashawn Jones goes by Sean, does it all. Kick return, punt return, receiver, DB. So he'll be out on the field a lot tonight and making a lot of plays. I'm excited to see what he does.
Return to kick for a touchdown for good measure in the season opener. We're going to have a great one tonight here from Rocky Mountain High School. It's the Grizzlies and the Mavericks. And we'll kick things off when we come back after this timeout on the Showdown of the Week. Welcome back to Rocky Mountain High School in Meridian. About set to go with one of the marquee matchups of this young season as Rocky Mountain hosts Mountain View. Mountain View won the toss, they deferred, so we will see this Rocky Mountain offense on the field first, Joel. And when you talk about this Rocky Mountain offense, they're running for almost 270 yards a game. That ground game led by their quarterback, Kalen Custer.
Yeah, I think you're going to see this game come down to the front. You know, Rocky's O-line, Mountain View's defense, they pride themselves on their defense and their D-line. So that battle in the front is going to be really interesting as you watch this game and see if they can contain Kalen, because obviously, like you said, he's leading the team in rushing at the quarterback position. So dual threat, can get out of the pocket and make a lot of things happen. So I'm excited to see what Mountain View's plan is to stop him.
Jesse Guerrero set to kick off for Mountain View. Rocky Mountain sends back deep. Owen Olker. And also back deep is David Mualo. We don't see Sean Jones returning kicks, which is a surprise.
Might be keeping him fresh for a little shot coming out of the first play here. We'll see.
Squib kick fallen on by Lucas Grace, and Rocky Mountain will start. And let's check that Rocky Mountain offense for you. Left to right, the offensive line: Mason Turpin, Caden Selecki, Lincoln Snow, the center, Luke Edwards, and then the reigning Gatorade Player of the Year, Jax Tanner, going to BYU. He's the right tackle. Kalen Custer at quarterback. His receivers: Sean Jones, Owen Elkers, Drew Bird, and then the junior Oakley Baxter at tailback. And the tight end rather is Cody Wheeler. It's 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Little miscommunication there, little bobble, little jitters maybe, a little rivalry week, and the jitters out first play.
Not the way Kalen Custer wanted to start things by dropping the snap, but able to recover and get back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's 2nd down and 10. We'll set that Maverick defense for you here in a moment. 2nd and 10. And the handoff to Baxter finds a hole, and he gets across the 25-yard line.
Great block in there by the O-line. Obviously, that's what the battle we're talking about. Right behind Jax Tanner, that Gatorade State Player of the Year.
Bill Gates, Matua, Hunter Peck, Adam Curtis, Riggin Storr, the front four. Harrison Bagley, Mason Garcia, Gavin Draw, the linebackers. Bo Stewart, Corbin Hedgecoff, Grady Connors, and Cashton Jeanette. In the defensive backfield now from the 29-yard line. Swing it out to the near side. And Baxter is going to get the first down with some hard running over that right side.
Yeah, going to the right again. You see Jax Tanner on here doing another pancake block out on the perimeter. So trying to stretch it, trying to follow those big guys up front.
Gain of 6 on the play. And now they say a 7-yard gain. So it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies in the black uniforms. Baxter, 24 touchdowns last year as a JV player. They swing out to the near side to Olkers. Good block on the edge. And he is going to get good yardage to about the 44-yard line. Nice blocking on the outside.
Great little pull from the tight end position coming across from the backside. Get that big guy on the smaller defender, the DB out there. Really hard to win that battle.
To the 44-yard line, sets up a 2nd and 2, and as a play caller, 2nd and 2 gives you lots of options.
Yep, you can you run it again, which is probably what they will do based off the last 4 plays, or you can take a little shot here, do a little play action.
And it's going to be the quarterback on a keeper up the middle, and he gets a first down into Mountain View territory. Kalen Custer averaging 111 yards a game.
Made that one look pretty easy right there. They won't complain about 5 yards of carry, that's for sure.
No. Scott Kreiner in the past has used as many as 5 quarterbacks in a game, calling plays based on the strengths of these players. He settled pretty much with Kalen Custer so far this season.
I don't know if you want to do 5. No. I think one's a nice because you know you got your guy, right?
Jones in motion. And the handoff to Baxter again over the right side. Gets the corner and is run out of bounds near the 38-yard line for close to a first down.
Great block by Jones on the perimeter here, getting in the way. Just got to get yourself between the defender and the ball carrier to make him make a move, and he can get some more yards.
This running game grinding out the yardage. And it's 1st and 10 at the Mountain View 38. Jones, the near receiver. They split Bird, who's an outstanding receiver, out to the far side. Baxter gets the handoff, and he is going to rumble to near the 32-yard line before he is brought down by Corbin Hedgecoff, the senior.
Starting to see that box tighten up for Mountain View on the defense. Safeties are coming down. One-on-one on those matchups starting to look a little bit nice, but 5 yards of carry, hard to argue with keeping that going.
2nd and 4. Baxter stays in the backfield as they set 2 receivers now to the near side. So that's 3 receivers now to the near side and 1 to the far side. And now in motion goes Cody Wheeler, the tight end, and up the middle, Baxter to the 20, Baxter to the 15, and he dives inside the 10. That's first and goal for Rocky Mountain.
What a run. I think Rocky's trying to prove a point. Both coaches said it'd be 1 up at the front, and I think they're trying to make a statement right here.
To the 9-yard line, a 23-yard pickup, and first and 10. This drive starting back on the Rocky 21 with a fumble. And now they're at first and goal at the 9. Bird to the near side. And Baxter behind the quarterback, Custer. Gets the handoff, tries the middle, and he is buried right there. Busting that play up was Adam Curtis, the 6'2 senior. Holds him to a 1-yard gain.
Mountain View swelling up, getting a little tight in the red zone so they can play the run. Obviously Rocky's trying to do it, so selling out for the run, and probably another one coming here. If we're averaging 6 yards a carry, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Jones to the near side, Bird split far to the left. And Custer sends his tight end now in motion to block. Hand off to Baxter, dances up the middle, Baxter all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Great play calling, great blocking. I don't think we saw a single pass on that drive. It was run, run, run.
An 8-yard. Rocky Mountain goes 79 yards in 10 plays in 4 minutes and 44 seconds to take the 7-0 lead. And now we will see the kickoff to the Mavericks. Back in the middle is Kean Foy, and that kick is through the end zone for the touchback. And that's where the Mavericks will start at their 20-yard line. And let's set that Maverick offense. The front, Marcus Storr, Brandon Swaney, Jaden Bailey, Rama Hussein, and Lincoln Huff, the front line, left to right. Kean Foy, Tyler Weaver, the receivers, Brody Munson, the slot receiver, Cooper Patterson, the tight end, Will Miles at running back, and the senior Henry Nelson, 3-year starter, will be the quarterback.
Excited to see Henry come out and start slinging that ball around.
First and 10 now for the white-clad Mavericks. And the handoff instead to Logan Pichardo, and not much for Logan. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Big play there by David Formaster up the middle. Getting through, breaking up, getting in his gap, playing the run.
Formaster, one of the top defenders, had a great game in the Northwest Showdown last week. Dropping back is Nelson's got time, kicks it out to the near side. It's caught, first down and more. That is Denton Wilson a nice gain across the 40-yard line before he's finally wrestled to the ground.
Great play here. They're bringing pressure, so if they're bringing pressure, somebody's going to be open. Quarterback gets it out. Nice play there to pick up the first down.
21-yard pickup for Wilson. Pichardo stays in at running back. And Nelson looks back to the coaching staff for the play call. Offensive coordinator Andre Banks with the call. Correction. Offensive coordinator is Brian Compton, the head coach. This is Pichardo over the left side, and he is upended, brought down there by Grady Johnson, senior linebacker. I was looking at the wrong sheet. Sorry about that to the coaches, Coach Compton. And Banks gain out to the 44 for a 3-yard pickup.
Nice little pickup there on first down. You know, stay ahead of the chains, try to keep the ball moving, spread it out. Defense adjusts to a 4-down front here. See if Mountain View can pick it up.
Nelson with time, guns it over the middle, and it's caught. First down and more for Brody Munson, the senior, with his 9th catch of the season, and that's deep into Rocky Mountain territory. They'll spot it at the 31.
Great play there by Nelson. Rocky changed the front, changed the look of the defense, didn't phase him at all. He knew exactly where to go and pick up the big play right there.
Nelson averages 204 yards a game through the air. And that one picked up a first down for the Mavericks. Operating in the sunshine now on this beautiful evening in Meridian. Over the left side, not much there. Inside the 30 on a 77-degree evening, and Pichardo, short gain. They'll give him across the 30.
A little cooler than last week's 5 o'clock kick.
Oh, yeah.
I think both teams probably appreciate that.
Marking of the 28. Inside 5 minutes to go in a quick-moving first quarter. No flags so far. Of course, now I've jinxed it. Here's the second down play. Pichardo stays in next to Nelson, who drops back. Looks, he will run. Pocket breaks down, goes to the outside, and he is forced out of bounds for a short loss to about the 31. Good play downfield, nobody to throw to, and the play broke down pretty quickly.
Yeah, only brought 4 and still got pressure on him, but great job by Nelson of not making a mistake, not taking a sack, getting a little scramble, and keeping a little loss, but 3rd and 10, it's manageable down here on the 31-yard line.
2 receivers to the far side, Wilson and Munson. To the near side, it's Foy. Pichardo in the backfield. And now a whistle and a timeout as Mountain View wants to talk this one over. 4:34 to go here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Rocky Mountain.
Timeout. Mountain View.
And the Mavericks want to take the timeout to talk this play over. You don't want to make a mistake down in this area.
Yeah, you're on the 30-yard line. I don't know how their kicker is, but it's probably 2-down territory, so you don't need it all at once. You can get a little chunk play. You could even hand the ball off, try to get a couple yards, and then to get the rest on 4th down. A lot of coordinators feel like they got to get it right here, but in this territory, you're really only trying to get, little gain on those chains and then try to get the first down on the next play.
Guerrero, the kicker, is 0 for 1 on the season. So not a whole lot of history to look at to decide what you do. And from here, from the 31-yard line, it's a 48-yard kick, and that's formidable. There is no real breeze to speak of tonight.
Yeah, based off the last couple games, I'd say that's probably a little beyond his range. They were going for it in this territory the last 2.
There you see Nelson, the quarterback. Henry. This game is personal for both teams. A lot of these kids grew up together. Schools are only 7 miles apart, so this rivalry means more than a win or a loss. Back to pass Nelson. Steps up. He will run it to the 30, to the 25, and then he is brought down. First one there is Wyatt Bowman, their leading tackler. And now a decision time for Coach Compton.
Great pickup there. You know, you only got 2 yards to go. You got most of them right here. So full playbook's open on this probably 4th and 2, 4th and 3.
They mark him at about the 24-yard line. So call it 4th and 2. Big play here in the early going, under 4 minutes to go. Nelson kicks it out to the right side, and it is caught for the first down. Nice ball and nicer catch by Tyler Weaver. Threw that only where Weaver could get it, and he pulled it in.
What a catch. Tyler Weaver, 6'5", 225, extends out, makes the grab. That is a great play right there. Nice throw, and what a tough catch.
10th catch of the season for Weaver, and it's a big one. Gets him the first down at the 21-yard line. Pichardo stays in next to Nelson. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hand off to Pichardo, tries the left side, bounces it outside. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, he will score! Pichardo with the touchdown. That is his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. He goes 21 yards for the score.
Rocky defense looks pretty gassed right now. Long drive, chipping away, and they just got exposed on the edge right there. Great run, great blocking, great play calling by Mountain View all the way down the field.
Marcus Storr, Brandon Swanby, Jaden Bailey, the left side of that line, and now Guerrero on to try the extra point to tie this one up. With 3:15 to go in the quarter. On the way, the kick is good. We have a timeout on the field. It's tied up at 7 in the Battle of the Mountain between the Grizzlies and the Mavericks. And we'll watch Pichardo takes it in for 21 yards for the touchdown. We are tied here in Meridian. The Mavericks tied up on an 80-yard, 9-play drive in 4 minutes and 1 second. We're tied at 7. And Guerrero has the ball teed up for the Mavericks. Kick the first one a squibber. This one in the air. Fielded at about the 11-yard line. Up the middle is a good run back by Mualo. And it'll be first down for the Grizzlies offense, which marched 79 yards in 10 plays, their first possession.
Run, run, run. Just kept running down last time. We'll see what they do here. That, like I said, last time the safety started creeping up, so definitely some one-on-one matchups on the outside. But if you can keep getting 5 to 6 yards a carry, don't need to change much.
Grizzlies come out with Jones on the near side. Haven't called his name yet tonight. He is truly a weapon. In the backfield with Custer is Easton Young. A hand off to Baxter, the touchdown scorer, and he is hit and dropped. Nice read coming up quickly from his defensive back position is Cashton Jeanette to make the play.
Cashing, I think he goes by Cash, which is a great name for a corner out there, but great job coming up, making a tackle. It's always hard one-on-one in space. And great tackle right there.
Folds him to a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9. Clock rolling, 2:45 to go here in quarter number 1. Baxter now, the single setback. Custer launches out off his back foot and overshoots Olkers on the far sideline, and that play didn't, I mean, as from a quarterback play, he was backing up and throwing off his back foot, not able to put a lot on the ball.
Not a high percentage throw, that's for sure. I don't think that was the way they drew it up right there, that's for sure.
So now 3rd and long, the first time we've seen that tonight for either team, really. Well, for Rocky Mountain, the Mavericks converted on a 3rd and long and a conversion on a 4th down.
You got a 3rd and long here. Quarterback hasn't had a throw really besides that last one, so we'll see what they draw up right here.
Grizzly offense. Bring Cody Wheeler to the near side. Baxter now goes in motion. And Custer will tuck it and run, and he will not get to the first down yardage. He is met by a couple of Mavericks, including Jackson Belknap, Mason Garcia.
Bringing on the punt team here.
To the 41-yard line. And back is Foy.
Punt is the scariest play in high school football.
Especially when Trevor Vaughn, who is a rugby player, you will see him run to his right and launch a low-line drive, probably, unless they fake it. They do have some fakes in the playbook, but Vaughn this time will kick it. Foy lets it bounce at the 25. He picks it up inside his 15 and is spilled right there. Coming down quickly to make that special teams tackle, Wyatt Bowman.
Great play there by Wyatt Bowman. Drew Bird also down, the long snapper in coverage. Quite a punt from just 2 feet step right there. That was a pretty impressive punt. That rugby punter, he can get it down the field without a lot of time.
Coach Kreiner did tell us they've got several fakes in the book, at least 4 different that they can run. Of course, he's a rugby player and used to that contact, so we'll see as this game progresses if there is going to be a fake punt at any one time. But it's first down for Mountain View. Henry Nelson back on the field, this time on his 10-yard line with 1:36 to go. Here in the first quarter, we're tied at 7. Pichardo stays in the backfield with Nelson.
Got 3 on that side, only 2 defenders.
They wing it out to the far side. It's caught there by Brody Munson, and he will be close to first down yardage.
Just got the numbers on that side. You got 3 receivers lined up, 2 DBs. It's hard to get out there as a backer, so quick screen out there, get the blocks, and get downfield.
A yard shy of the first down, so it'll be 2nd and 1. Nelson quickly brings his team to the line. They set Munson to the near side now. 2 receivers to the far side. That's Weaver and Foy. And in motion goes Patterson. This is Pichardo, tries the right side, gets into the secondary, and picks up the first down. Nice running. The hole initially closed, but he was able to bounce it outside and pick up the first down yardage.
Sometimes you just need to stretch it, follow your blockers, and then find that hole. And great vision right there by that tailback with a little bit of patience. That was awesome.
6-yard gain brings up a 1st and 10 as we're under a minute here in the opening quarter. There's a senior, Henry Nelson, 6'3", 200-pounder. 3-year starter for this Mountain View club. Nice to have experience at that position. First down snap on the way. And Nelson will throw. Plants, throws, guns it over the middle. It's caught. A first down. There's Foy, his first reception of the night, and he is brought down at the 39-yard line. There is a flag on the field, however, so hold everything. Back in the area where it's either roughing the passer or a hold. Let's see what the call is. It is a hold, which will negate a first down, and there's our first penalty of the night.
There it is. Tough to have that play called back. You had Kean Foy matched up one-on-one. Came in with a little slant route, got some space. Just got to find Green. Find Green, make the play.
So now we will see where they spot it. It's back at the 15-yard line. That brings up 1st and 20, clock running. See if Mountain View tries to get this play off in the final 8 seconds of the quarter. Looks like they're going to be content to let the clock wind down. Talk about it in between quarters, and that will be the case. We've played 1 quarter here at Rocky Mountain High School in the Battle of the Mountain. The Grizzlies, the number 2 ranked team in the state, leading the Mavericks, tied with the Mavericks rather, 7-all here at Rocky Mountain High School as we head to break after one quarter. Logan Pichardo ties it up for Mountain View. Be right back. Set to go, second quarter, tied at 7. Mountain View, Nelson spins out of the pocket, rolls left, looks, nobody there. He's chased, gets it away, and on the comeback route, it's caught. Nice job by the receiver out there. Tyler Weaver, quarterback in trouble, and that's when it's the scramble drill. You look for help, and Weaver bailed him out.
Great play there again by the tight end. Came up big on that fourth down, and then on scramble drill, you got to come back or you got to go downfield. He does a great job coming back to the quarterback, make it an easy throw and catch.
All the way to the 33-yard line. That makes a very manageable 2nd and 2. And now a whistle and a timeout taken by Rocky Mountain as they want to talk about it. Saw something lining up there defensively as defensive coordinator Quentin Michael says, I think we want to talk this one over. And each team now taking a timeout here early in the first half.
I think Mountain View's seeing a lot of opportunity out there on the defense. Last play, he wanted to take a shot and then got one-on-one, but just couldn't beat him deep. So scramble drill, make a play. Now we got 2nd and 2.
Owen Weatherly, the linebacker who was an all-conference defensive lineman last year, moved to linebacker, was putting the pressure on Nelson, but just couldn't get him. And Nelson, elusive, found Weaver for the big gain, setting up that 2nd and about 2.5.
I know they're happy to have Owen back. He's playing Mike Backer, I think, tonight, and been missing him the last couple weeks. So I feel like they got a full defense now with him coming back into the fold.
So after the timeout, this Rocky defense, don't think we ever set the Rocky defense. It's Rowan Rupp, David Formaster, Ezekiel Tunai, and Luke Abernathy up front. Drake Peterson, Owen Weatherly, Wyatt Bowman, the linebackers. Riker and Karsten Clyde, Parker Carriaga, and Rashawn Jones, the defensive backs. There's a big gain for a first down and still on his feet into or close to Rocky Mountain territory. For the first down, that is Bear Scott.
Great run right there, stretching the field, getting good blocks, running fast. Hard for a D-line right there. The O-line's just running quick, trying to get space, trying to make that running back be able to pop it out on the outside.
Scott's first run of the night, just his 2nd of the season. And he picks up the first down at midfield. Nelson, short drop, kicks it out. It's caught. And good yardage again for the Mavericks. That one out to Logan Pichardo out of the backfield. And we're seeing a contrast, sorry, with Joel Styles. It's Rocky's running it, and Mountain View's throwing it.
They're finding a rhythm, getting those check downs, making those easy throws, and then seeing what opens up.
Mavericks facing a 2nd and 7. The Rocky 43. Pichardo tries the left side, and he is stopped short. Running over Marcus Storr, Brandon Swanby, Jaden Bailey. And they are going to give him first down yardage. So they mark it at the 38.5-yard line. They gave him the first down.
Running hard, falling forward. Sometimes you get over those sticks. First down opens the playbook back up.
Two receivers in the near side. And the play fake. Nelson chased. Swings away from Tunai. And finally just throws it out of bounds into no man's land. He was being chased by Weatherly amongst others.
It's like Parker Carriaga in there as well.
Carriaga.
Got to be careful. Make sure you don't put that quarterback on the ground after he throws it. Don't want a meaningless penalty right there.
Good downfield coverage by this Grizzly defense. Nelson had nowhere to go with it and threw just his second incomplete pass of the game. Clock stopped, 10:50 to go. Second down and 10 for the Mavericks. And there's some confusion on the offensive side, and they're going to have to take another timeout. Kean Foy was insistent that Denton Wilson was lined up wrong. They were kind of going back and forth, and so they had to call a timeout, and that's 2 timeouts taken now here by Mountain View. Still 10:50 to go in the half. It's still an early part of the season.
Yeah, last one paid off though. Last one took timeout, 3rd and 10, got the 8 yards they needed, and then converted and went down to score. So Brian Compton, obviously a great coach, knows when something's wrong. You don't want to just waste a play and take the timeout, regroup. You're moving the ball down the field. You don't want to slow down that momentum.
Mountain View 1-1 on the season. Opened at Farmington, Utah, lost in overtime 10-7. Then last week took on Meridian's Warriors and won that one handily 49-0. And you look at the Grizzlies of Rocky Mountain, we could call them the Utah State champions. They beat Orem 39-37 as Orem missed a field goal in the last play of the game. And then last week in the Northwest Showdown, throttled the Provo team 47-14. Second down play, and there's Nelson throwing it up, and it's almost intercepted. Nelson with an ill-advised throw. Owen Weatherly putting on the pressure, and it's incomplete, and Nelson lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Great pressure off the edge here by Weatherly, just coming off, forcing the ball. Ball's in the air. That defense should have the pick and be running the other way, but Mountain View's able to come away with it. Lucky to have a 3rd and 10 right here on offense still.
Wyatt Bowman, the linebacker, thought he had the gift-wrapped interception but couldn't pull it in. So now it's 3rd and 10. On will be the 9th play of the drive. Nelson, good protection this time. Guns it over the middle. Caught sliding for the first down is Denton Wilson.
Great play right there by Nelson, seeing the coverage, fitting it in the window he needs to get. Great job by the receiver, being right at the sticks, picking up the first down.
Spotted at the 25-yard line, may get the 24. 1st and 10, the drive continues for Mountain View. In the backfield, Will Miles. He will get the handoff and try the middle of that stout Rocky Mountain line, and didn't get much.
Good job by the Rocky defense. Bringing in Jax Tanner right here, Gatorade State Player of the Year on defense. Hasn't played the first 2 games on this side of the ball, but bringing him in a critical moment right here.
Gain of 2 to the 22, and Coach Kreiner said he was going to use Jax on both sides tonight. Of course, he's headed to BYU, top recruit in the state. Back to pass. Nelson throws, and he overshoots his man. The closest one to that one was Riker Clyde. In coverage, pass intended for Brody Munson, and that brings up 3rd and 8 at the 22.
Good push right there up front by the D-line, makes the quarterback get it out, but great coverage downfield by Riker Clyde right there.
There you see Brody Munson. So now 3rd down and 8 from the 22, 9:40 to go here in the half. Tied at 7. Mountain View wants to get the first down. If not, pick up a few more yards to make it a more manageable field goal. Nelson fakes the screen, and that one is broken up. Nice job defensively by Rocky Mountain's defense to break up that little tunnel screen.
That was a great play. Saw the screen the entire way. I think that's Cooper Lesterberg, if I have that right. But great play right there, sniffing out the screen. D-line comes, thinks they're getting the QB, and if Cooper's not there, that's a big play for Mountain View.
So now decision time for the Mavericks. 4th and 8 from the 22, and they are going to go for it after thinking it over. To about a 40, close to a 39-yard field goal. Empty backfield, 2 receivers each side, and now Rocky Mountain will call timeout to talk it over after seeing the offensive set, and the chess match between the coaches continues.
Yeah, don't like what you're seeing, take a timeout, try to get the defense off the field so the offense can get back out there. Obviously, critical moments in these games when they're close like this, and awesome for both teams after last week, you know, kind of having no real competition after the second quarter last week for either team. So being able to have a close game, kind of play that chess match is a great football right here.
Each team starts conference play next week as Rocky Mountain will take on the Capital Eagles for homecoming here next week, while Mountain View travels to Cuna to take on the Cavemen as conference play fires up. Well, each team has talked about it. Mountain View still deliberating around their coaching staff. Rocky's defense on the field. Those white numbers almost look glow in the dark on those black jerseys.
Got a good shine to them, that's for sure.
They do. 4th down play. Again, empty backfield. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. 4th and 8 from the 22. Rocky shows blitz. And maybe Mountain View changes the play at the line. Still time on the play clock, down to 5. Nelson is going to have to get the snap off. He just does beat the play clock. Nelson steps up, he will run. Nelson will get the first down, leaps out of bounds inside the 15. Nobody to throw to, but Nelson saw a lane. Henry took it, and first down yardage.
Great play right there by Nelson. Nobody's open. Rocky's playing over to the receivers, double covering the tight end, and when you got all the guys covered, there's probably a little room to run, and great decision to take off, get the first down.
Needed 8, got 10, so it's 1st and 10 at the 12. Clock stopped, 9:29 to go here in the first half. This drive started at the Mavericks' 10-yard line. Handoff to Pichardo over the right side, cuts it in. Inside the 10, inside the 5, ball's down, and who's got it? And it looks like Rocky Mountain has the football. It's recovered by Drake Peterson.
What a break right there for Rocky Mountain. Mountain View continues to move it down the field. Tough in high school football, there's no replay either, so what's on the field stands. I don't know if this was a fumble or not, but Rocky Mountain's bailed out, but they got to get the ball on the 1-yard line. They're backed up here.
Watch as that pass, earlier action sailed high, but the turnover, and Rocky Mountain, yeah, not great field position with 9:22 to go, but they kept the Grizzlies out of the end zone.
Just trying to get a little movement forward here. You don't want to get a penalty in the end zone or sacked back there.
Custer's going to take it himself, seam up the middle to the 10. He may go to the 20, 25, 30, outracing the defense, 50, 30, and finally dragged down at the 21-yard line, and that's how you get some breathing room.
Backed up, you're going to do QB run, just try to get some yards, and the hole opens, and Custer is fast, man, all the way down the field. Great job there by Corbin Hedgecock catching up to bring him down. Now Rocky's in the red zone, ready to take advantage of the fumble.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 73 yards on the run. Now Custer hands the ball on the fly sweep. This is Jones. Jones to the 5. Jones into the end zone for the touchdown. His first touch of the night is a score.
We were waiting for him to get a touch tonight, and there he is. Rocky sprint down the field, get a big play, defense is on their toes, and then hand it off to your best playmaker. Gets it in the end zone. That was great.
Rashawn Jones, the three-time Oregon 110 and 300 hurdles champions, showing some of that speed. And the future Boise State Bronco gives his team the lead on a 99-yard two-play drive.
That was great. He's earned it, though. Blocking all the way down the field on that first drive, a bunch of key blocks, and then you get your first touch, and it's great to be able to get in there and score.
And the kick by McClendon is good, and Rocky takes the lead. 14-7 is your score. Let's check this one out again. As Jones on the fly sweep from 21 yards gives his team the lead here in Meridian. This one, 14-7, Rocky Mountain after the fumble recovery back on their 1 yard line. And it took them 2 plays to go 99 yards in 34 seconds. And have to wonder if quarterback Kalen Custer was winded, so he just gave the ball to Jones and said, Sean, you take it. This one in the end zone for the touchback. And we will recap that dramatic turn of events for you as the play came down and Pichardo lost the ball. There it was loose and it was recovered by Drake Peterson. And then on the first down play, Kalen Custer all the way down to the 21-yard line, finally dragged down by the chasing Corbin Hedgecock, and then the ensuing play, Sean Jones over the right side on the end around. And just like that, it's 14-7. Let's see how the Mavericks answer. Nelson drops, steps up, hit, eludes one tackler, throws, caught out there, and there's a big first down catch on the left side by Brody Munson, who's been his most reliable target so far tonight.
Tell you what, Mountain View's not going to go away. Nelson's making some great plays out there and getting out of it, shaking off a defender, making a great throw, keeping him alive. This is going to be a great game.
19 yards on that one, and good escapability by Nelson as he looked like he was going to get sacked but got away, and Henry got the first down completion. Now this is a run up to the 43-yard line. Is that Pichardo again? No, it's Miles. Will Miles, the junior, with the carry. Mark him at the 43-yard line. Miles again, and this time he's bottled up and goes nowhere. Luke Abernathy, the first one there defensively from his rush end spot, and he sniffed that one out. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far. Nelson looks to the far side, now to the near side, nobody open. Now he sets, throws, and it's incomplete. Getting a hand on it was Tyler Weaver, but not a lot of options that time for Nelson, and he found it and couldn't complete it.
Yeah, went to the only guy that he could have and just couldn't make the catch. Tough when everybody's covered and you got those big guys coming down on you. It's going to be get that ball out quick and try to get first down, but Mountain View bringing out their punt team here.
First time tonight we've seen Brody Munson as their punter. This season, Munson long of 45 yards. Back deep is Olkers. Now a rugby-style kick as well, and Owen makes the fair catch at the 30-yard line. So Rocky gets the stop after that lightning-fast touchdown drive, and it's that next drive after a score that changed momentum that as a defense you want to get your team off the field, and 3 and out certainly did the trick.
Absolutely. We'll see what Rocky can do here. Last time they had a offense, obviously had the 2 big plays, but the drive before that kind of stalled out. So we'll see what they can do. Obviously you want to get the playmakers the balls. So Sean Jones and Kalen Custer, we'll see what they can do right here.
First down, snap, Custer, hands behind him to Baxter. He's in the wide open clear to the 50. He may not be caught. 30, 20. The defender has the angle, but Custer's in for the touchdown. And Baxter a 70-yard touchdown run.
Great play call here. Defense is keyed up on Custer the entire way. Does a little delay and then hands it off to Baxter going back around the other side. Pretty awesome play call, and Baxter, man, he's fast.
Oakley Baxter, 24 touchdowns last year on the JV, and his second one of the night. And just like that, 3 big plays makes this a 2-touchdown game as McClendon's extra point makes it a 21-7 score. His quick strike, Rocky Mountain offense doing it on the ground. The delay, and there he goes. Baxter will take it 70 yards for the touchdown. And we have a 2-score game here at Rocky Mountain High School. And we're back after we take this timeout on the Showdown. So tomorrow morning, if somebody asks you how long it takes Oakley Baxter to run 70 yards, tell them it's 13 seconds, because that's how long it took him. Baxter goes 70 yards in 13 seconds, 1 play to make it 21-7. And after the touchback, the Mavericks, who've done a good job moving the ball, just stalled out that last drive. They're now looking at a 2-touchdown deficit.
Yeah, they got a little work to do, but they've been making good decisions by the quarterback. I also think Baxter'd be a little offended if you told everybody it takes him 13 seconds to run 70 yards. So I just wanted to clarify that took a little long with the running back delay there, Mark.
Okay, that's right. You got that right. So maybe it's maybe a 10-second 70-yard dash.
Yeah. We'll see in track this year. I think he'll probably get out there, but excited to see what Nelson can come out. Obviously, experienced quarterback. He's not going to shy away from a big moment.
But you have to say this Rocky defense has put more pressure on him, and he hasn't had time to really throw. And
absolutely,
as he did in that first quarter. First down throw is caught, spinning out for the first down. The completion to Denton Wilson, the junior.
They talked a lot about how much rapport they have with these receivers. You know, he feels like he has 4 big-time receivers that can go out there and make plays, and that gives a lot of confidence for a quarterback to go out there and sling it away.
22-yard pickup for Denton Wilson. First and 10, clock rolling, 6:40 to go in the half. Nelson, flushed, hit, gets away, but not from the second one. Pulling him down is David Formaster, finishing off the business started by his defensive line mate.
Great job getting there by the D-line. Try to get out of it, but it starts to just get to be too much when you're trying to make those plays in the backfield.
Loss of 8 on that play. That brings up second down and 18. And that's when the defensive line just pins their ears back and goes.
Yeah, now you're behind the sticks. You're trying to air it out here. Rocky knows what you're trying to do, so tough play calling here when you're backed up like this.
Nelson over the middle, incomplete. Tried to hit the crossing route to Brody Munson, covered well. Threw that one a little early because he felt the pressure.
Cooper Lesberg, man, he's tracking those screens, doing a great job. Broke up the last one, broke up this one. Lucky to have that guy out there seeing what's going on.
So now 3rd and 18. Jax Tanner comes off the field on an obvious passing situation. 4 receivers in the pattern, 2 to each side. And Nelson looking at a 3rd and 18 from his 34. They do not want to go and have to punt. Nelson escapes, rolls right, launches it down the field, and it is caught. That is Kian Foy for the first down into Grizzly territory. Nice throw and catch to the 29.
Great scramble drill again here. Quarterback rolls out, breaks the pocket, plays breaking down, finds the open guy, gives him time to run into the ball. That's great.
Karsten Clyde defending, but couldn't do anything to stop that one, so it's a first down on a big conversion on 3rd and 18. First down throw, Nelson flushed, and he slides down at about the 26-yard line where they'll spot him. So a 3-yard pickup for Nelson. They mark you where you started your slide, so that's going to be the 27-yard line. It's not where you end up, it's where you start.
He tried to get a big hop on that slide.
Yeah. So it's second down. Call it 8. Need to get to the 19 for a first down. Clock running as we approach 4.5 minutes here in the first quarter. A beautiful evening here at Rocky Mountain High School. Nelson steps back, chased and dropped. Weatherly with the sack, but helping him out on that front line is big Ezekiel Tunai. And Zeke got in there and busted that play up, and Weatherly finished him off.
Weatherly's a force to be reckoned with right now. He's getting back in the backfield. They're only, bringing 4 oftentimes and still getting pressure on Nelson. It's tough when you're got your DBs back there covering everybody and the quarterback's got nobody to go to.
3rd and 14 now after that 7-yard sack. And this defensive line has taken over for Rocky Mountain. Coaches all said the line play was going to matter. Well, the D-line for the Grizzlies have stepped up here in the second quarter, making life uncomfortable for Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, big 3rd down. Jax Tanner's back in the game here at D-tackle.
Quick release. There's a completion to Foy, but he will be short of the first down. Pulled down at the 25-yard line. Dragged down there by the defender, David Mualo.
I think you got to go for it here. 4th down on the 25-yard line. Probably not kicking a field goal.
Yep. 3:25 to go in the half. 8th play of the drive. Nelson chased on the blitz. Nelson unloads to no man's land. The blitz, though, coming in from linebacker Drake Peterson. And that play was doomed from the start. And they turn it over on downs.
Rocky's defense is playing great out there, even without Rowan Rupp. Not sure what happened to him, came out of the game earlier, but they're hanging in there without their guy on the D-line and making big plays, getting good pressure on the quarterback.
Rocky starts at their 25. So Mountain View's last possession, 3 possessions, a fumble, a punt, and now losing it on downs. Jones in motion, comes back the other way. They hand the ball off to the running back, who's Parker Kleinkopf, and he is across the 30-yard line to the 34.
Your Mountain View's defense right now, you're just trying to settle in. You've had some big plays happen really fast the last 2 drives, so just trying to get back to a little bit of a understanding what Rocky's going to do, get the front boys going, try to get a stop.
Kleinkopf stays in at running back, gets the handoff, and he is hit and dropped, immediately brought down by Adam Curtis, his second unassisted tackle of the night, for no gain. Actually a loss to the 30 by mistake. So they mark it at the 30-yard line, brings up 3rd down and about 5. Clock running as we approach 2 minutes here in the half.
Your Mountain View probably get a stop and try to take a timeout, try to conserve some time. You only got 1 left, but try to get as much time on that clock as you can to get back down the field.
Kleinkopf in the backfield with his quarterback, Custer. The little tunnel screen to Jones, makes one man miss, gets the 1st down, and dances out of bounds across the 40-yard line.
Tough spot for Mountain View right there. They read it, just lost him. He was looking for him, just couldn't quite find him, and then Sean Jones obviously showing what he could do, making plays after the catch.
Sean Jones out of Baker City, Oregon, highly recruited. A lot of schools thought they could get him, but he committed to Boise State rather early.
Pretty awesome story. Scott Kreiner said 5th day on campus here. Guys wanted him to be named captain. It's pretty awesome.
Leads by example. It's a cliche, but it's true. And there's a whistle and a flag on the play. It's either a delay or a false start. Let's check the official call. It's a false start. Yeah, I mean, Sean Jones, he's not a vocal leader, but he comes in, he does the work. He was very, Rocky Mountain's facilities are a lot different than what you see in Baker City, Oregon. And he needed some help learning some of the lifts and some of the off-season workouts, but he jumped right into it, was not shy, and then pretty much was leading the charge.
Yep, ready to learn, ready to work, just wants to get better. That's all you can ask for if you're a coach.
Spencer Danielson will be happy to have him next year. The throw down the middle to Bird on the right side, rather, is overthrown. Bird had maybe a step, but good coverage back there by the Mavericks, Cash Jeanette. And the pass falls harmlessly to the turf, bringing up, well, the down marker says 1st down, but it's got to be 2nd down and 15. Sometimes
as a coordinator, you're looking out there, you see one-on-one coverage. It's like, hey, let's go take a shot, see if we can get this done. Kalen just throws him a little bit.
Bird comes to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. Jones is the slot receiver inside Olkers. And the run by Custer. He will get to near the 45-yard line, dragged down right there at the 45 with 1.5 minutes to go. I'll mark him at the 46 for a gain of 10. It sets up a manageable 3rd down and about 6. At the 46 as we approach 1 minute.
A little confusion about who's out there, but
Kleinkopf jogs off the field. Custer's going to keep it. He breaks a tackle. He's into the secondary and gets another 1st down.
We put Easton Young in at fullback in the tailback position right there, and his whole job is just to lead up the middle so Kalen can make some plays, get a block, and escape, get a 1st down. Now you got a little bit of time, 50 seconds left on the clock. Maybe you can get in the end zone one more time.
18-yard run that time for Kalen Custer. 40 seconds to go in the half. Rocky Mountain does have 1 timeout left. Kleinkopf, the single setback. They fake it to him, get it out to Bird, and it bounces. And Custer knew he had a wide open Bird, but he skipped it to him. And
yeah, had the matchup they wanted. They got Sean Jones out there blocking for Bird and trying to set up that little now screen. Just got to get the ball there. I know Scott talked a lot about just trying to get Kalen some easy throws to simplify the game for him a little bit. Obviously, he's a great runner, but working on the passing game a little bit.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 32 seconds to go. Rocky would love to punch it in at the end of the half. Mountain View will get the ball to start the second half. Kleinkopf on the carry, and he is wrestled to the ground. Defensively was Bill Gates Matua.
Scott looking like he might run this down, take a timeout, and try a long field goal here with Sawyer.
On the season. And there's your timeout taken by Rocky Mountain. Their final timeout. McClendon has yet to attempt a field goal this year. 4 seconds to go in the half. We'll be back after this timeout on the Showdown of the Week. Sawyer McClendon on to try a 52-yard field goal for Rocky Mountain out of the hold of Joe Chandler. Ball is down, the kick is on the way, and it is going to be short. Went about 51 yards, so just short, and that ends the first half of play. Each team scored on their first drive, and then the Rocky defense kind of took over, and it's 21-7. Grizzlies lead the Mavericks here at the halftime break. And we'll be back with halftime stats and more when you return to Rocky Mountain High School on the Showdown of the Week. And welcome back to Rocky Mountain High School with Joel Schneider. I am Mark Snyder. The Battle of the Mountain right now favoring the home club, Rocky Mountain, 21-7. We are at the half here on a beautiful evening for football at Rocky Mountain High School. Take a look at how we got here. Each team scoring on their first possession. Rocky Mountain got this touchdown run by Baxter for 8 yards to go up 7-0. And then Mountain View's Pichardo goes 21 yards around the left side to even the score at 7. And that's where we stood after the first quarter, tied at 7. And then Pichardo lost the ball. It was recovered by Drake Peterson at the 1-yard line. And Rocky Mountain did the rest after a long run by the quarterback Custer. The handoff to Sean Jones around the right side on the flanker reverse. And that made it 14-7 after the extra point. A 99-yard two-play drive. And then you see Baxter up the middle, and all he does is go 70 yards for the touchdown. And Baxter dynamic with 2 scores tonight. Let's take a look at the first half team stats as Rocky Mountain leads by 2 touchdowns, and they're doing it, Joel, on the ground. 281 yards rushing to just 72 for the Mavericks. The other side of things, though, Custer just 19 yards passing. Nelson 185. Total yards pretty close, 300 to 257. That turnover was costly as Mountain View was heading in for a potential touchdown. But if you looked at the numbers and not the way we got there, Joel, you would say that's a pretty even game.
Yeah, it looks pretty even. You don't like giving up 281 rushing yards in the first half. It's not ideal for the Mountain View defense. Obviously, those big explosive plays, that's kind of the difference in the game right now is the playmakers for Rocky, when they touch the ball, are getting the big yards and getting in the end zone. So if Mountain View can shore up on defense a little bit, I do believe in their offense still. They can get down the field and just got to get some things moving and clicking with those receivers once in a while.
Take a look at the individual stats. Kalen Custer, just 2 of 5 passing for 19 yards. Rushing, though, that's where the story is told. Oakley Baxter, 9 carries for 134 yards, a 70-yarder, his longest, and 2 touchdowns. Kalen Custer, 6 carries for 120 yards, a 78-yarder, setting up the touchdown by Rashawn Jones, who went 21 yards on his only carry. Parker Kleinkopf, 3 carries for 6 yards. On the other side of the ledger, rushing leaders for Mountain View, Logan Pichardo, 47 yards on 7 carries and 1 touchdown along of 21. Bear Scott, 1 carry for 17. Hank Nelson, 6 carries for only 2 yards. Will Miles, 3 for 6. Passing, Nelson is 11 of 18 for 157 yards, long of 37. Leading receiver for the Mavericks, Brody Munson, 3 catches for 53 yards. Foy, 2 catches for 47. Wilson, 3 for 58. Weaver, 2 for 20. And on the other side, receiving leaders, not much to talk about. Jones, 1 for 11, and Olkers, 1 for 18. We are at the halftime with Rocky Mountain leading Mountain View 21-7 on the Battle of the Mountain on the Showdown of the Week. More halftime comes your way next after we take this timeout. Rocky Mountain leads by 2 touchdowns at the half as the Grizzlies trying to break this streak of the road team, winning the last 2 in this series. Last year it was 61-7 at Mountain View in favor of the Grizzlies. The year before here at Rocky Mountain, the Mavericks won at 24-14. Rocky Mountain won at Mountain View in 2022, 37-21, and Mountain View a 26-20 win over Rocky Mountain here back in 2021. Let's take a look at what's up ahead for these 2 teams as they get set for conference play. The Mavericks, after dropping an overtime game in Utah, whitewashed Meridian last week, they will take on CUNA on the road. The Cavemen tonight, trailing Middleton 14-6 at the half. And then the Eagle Mustangs, always a good battle between Mountain View and Eagle. The Boise Brave, the Bora Lions, and they end the season at home against the Storm from Hawaii. On the other side of the slate, the Grizzlies, well, their next week opponent is going to be Homecoming as they take on the Capital Eagles. That game starts at 7 o'clock. Then they travel to play the Centennial Patriots. They host the Meridian Warriors and then end the season on the road. 2 tough games at Middleton and at Timberline. And Coach Ian Smart's got his Wolves at 3-0 as they were winners yesterday at Donna Larson Park in Boise, 20-13. And Timberline, that senior class was undefeated as sophomores, and they're really turning things around. Hudson Lewis, headed to Washington State, there's some great wide receivers in this conference this year, and he's certainly one of them. Yeah,
it's a great conference. It's tough road schedules for both teams coming up, but Timberline pretty fun to watch against Nelson last week. I think Hudson Lewis had 4 touchdowns in that game, and then yesterday against Boise, coming out and beating Boise 20-13. So Timberline, big matchup here at the end of the gauntlet, but it's never easy, you know, in the SIC. So
now, who would have figured that Timberline at Rocky Mountain, or Timberline hosting Rocky Mountain, could be determining in terms of playoff seeding as we head into the end of the season. Other scores around the SIC on this beautiful Friday night. Capital at Donna Larson Park at the half, all over the Bora Lions, 41-7. Meridian at the half leads Hawaii 18-14. Eagle halftime score 27-7 over Centennial. Gave you that Middleton leading CUNA now in the third quarter 14-6. A bit of a surprise at the half. Bishop Kelly, a 5A school and a very good one, leading the defending 6A state champs, the Rigby Trojans, coming in from eastern Idaho, 15-7 at the half. That'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Valley View 13-0 at the half over Skyview. Columbia at the half, leading Nampa 14-7. Ridgeview over Emmett in the third quarter, 14-10. McCall Donnelly in the first over Timberlake, 13-0. Halftime score, Weiser leads Melba 22-0. As we look at some of the scores, and in the small schools, Idaho City, Oliver Cascade today, 34-8. I love watching 8-man football. That's so much fun.
Yep. Good time out there watching those smaller schools compete.
Not only is it an offensive showcase, but they're in such picturesque towns, you know, along the river or in the mountains, and it's great fun to watch.
Beautiful scenery. It's under the lights. It's great football, and it's hard to beat.
Hard to beat. Here we are at halftime. The Rocky Mountain Grizzlies leading 21-7. Second half action comes your way after we take this timeout. 21-7, Rocky Mountain leads Mountain View. And Joel, if you're the coaches at halftime, what are you telling your teams? What adjustments are you making?
Well, if you're Mountain View, you got to eliminate explosive plays. That's number one. You can't give up, 70-yard rushing plays every other play. So trying to get sound on defense, good eye control, fill in the gaps, making sure we're just disciplined on defense. Brian Compton talked a lot about how their defense has come along. They were a young team last year. They've grown this year. They got a lot of guys back. So just getting comfortable, figuring out what Rocky's going to do, and really just starts with taking away the run. Rocky's got their whole offense on rushing yards. So take away the run first, and then if you're Rocky Mountain, you're trying to capitalize on what they're giving you, and they're obviously giving you the run. And then if they take that away, you just try to take away, hit the pass. So if you're Rocky, you're just trying to do the same thing and, get those one-on-one matchups when you can get them. See if Custer can get some of those balls downfield, take a shot once in a while Mountain View's selling out in the box.
And Kalen Custer, just 19 yards passing, but he's doing it on the ground here in this game. And his long 78-yard run setting up a 21-yard scamper by Sean Jones. And it's 21-7 as we get set to start the second half. The Mavericks will get the ball to start the second half. Teams have to switch sides. Mountain View was lined up at the right to take the kick, and the official said, no. You got to sprint to the other side, and we'll start that way.
Sometimes you want to come out from halftime, you just want to kick the ball up. You don't really care from where. Both teams are ready to go, but you got to flip the sides. Refs get it right, which is good.
Sawyer McClendon, who missed a 52-yard field goal in the last play of the first half, tees it up. Foy, the far receiver, Munson, the near receiver, two men back at the goal line for the Mavericks as the lights in full effect on this Friday night in September. Perfect weather for football as McClendon sends this one towards Munson at the 6 to the left side, and Munson dragged down as he crosses the 20-yard line. And that's where the Mavericks will start. And you don't want to sound dramatic, but this is an important drive for Mountain View.
Yeah, it's an important drive. You got to see what they're going to give you. Obviously, Rocky's playing the pass, so if they spread out and give you the box, maybe you hand it off a couple times. I don't think the last couple drives they really tried to run much. So trying to get some positive momentum, stay ahead of the chains, and trust your quarterback to lead you down the field.
He is a senior. He's experienced, so Nelson knows what he's doing. First down at the 20-yard line. Nelson has Pichardo in the backfield with him. And two receivers to the near side. Now Pichardo goes in motion. They throw the screen out to him on the right side, and he is going to get across the 20 and about the 27-yard line before he is upended. Drake Peterson with the fumble recovery makes that tackle.
Yeah, good pursuit there by Drake Peterson. Also great blocking by Tyler Weaver on the outside, on the perimeter. You got the numbers, and Tyler Weaver held his block for a long time, which is really hard out there on the perimeter.
Gain of 7, second down and 3. A nice easy short pass, get the offense moving here right out of the gates. Now the handoff to Pichardo, and he is going to cut up and get the first down into the secondary. Still on his feet, 45 midfield, still stumbling forward, and he falls at the Rocky Mountain 40 or 39-yard line. Had he been able to keep his feet, he might have gone even further. Now there's an injured Grizzly back. It looks like he's cramping up, and that's Peterson. That looks like a cramp.
Yeah, it looks like a little cramp, maybe gas from that last effort play, but great job by Mountain View trying to stretch the field. Running with space, getting the O-line moving. You got a lot of big guys on Rocky in the D-line, so if you can get them moving, stretch the field, your run game can open up a little bit.
34 yards on that carry by Pichardo. And that sets the Mavericks up 1st and 10 at the Rocky 39-yard line. Trying to dent into this 2-touchdown deficit. Pichardo hands the ball off and nowhere to go at all.
Great pursuit there. Owen Weatherly again in the mix. getting the first shot on the ball carrier, and then the rest of the defense swarming to the ball. That's what you want to see if you're a defensive coordinator.
That carry by Gavin Draw, and he loses back to the 43. That brings up second down and long, and you don't want to be behind the sticks the way this Rocky defense is playing. Nelson, short drop, stepped up, chased, spun down, sacked, lost the ball. And Rocky recovers.
Big play by Formaster right there, getting the sack, fumble. Flag on the play, got the extracurriculars after the whistle, so it's never what you want to see if you're either team.
The recovery looked like it was, I didn't catch the number who made the recovery. Cole Campbell maybe? No. To see that one again. We'll get a call from the officials now. But another turnover.
After the play was up first, unfortunately, number 0 of Rocky. First unfortunate leg of the game. To cut the first out.
So Grady Johnson whistled for the unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's watch this one again. Good pressure from the outside. The fumble recovery there. Looks like David Formaster with the recovery.
It's like Wyatt Bowman or
Bowman
23.
With the pressure. Well, it's first down at the Rocky Mountain 37. And the swing pass out to the near side gets about a yard or two.
Try to get Custer a little throw into the boundary, easy throw. Try to get him little perimeter, get the blockers, maybe get him in a little rhythm here.
See Sean Jones with a nice 2-point takedown on that block.
Yeah, almost got him down a little too fast, got into the middle of the play.
Surprised they didn't call him for a hold. He looked like he grabbed the defender by the shoulder pads and threw him to the turf. 2nd and 8. Baxter, the single setback. Custer on the option, will keep it. Still on his feet. He gets a first down in Mountain View territory.
It's tough on a defense. You're just trying to play the run, get the quarterback down, get the running back down, and then they come out and run speed option on you, and you got to guard both of them. Good play calling by Andre Banks right there.
Another first down at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Rocky really has dominated the line of scrimmage tonight, and it's showing both sides of the ball. Hand off to Baxter, and he is dragged down from behind. Mason Garcia, but also Bill Gates Matua with the stop. After the gain to the 47-yard line, so a 2nd and 7 upcoming.
Little gain of 2 right there. Good job by the Mountain View defense. If they can hold them up here, keep them behind the chains, and get back in this ball game.
Bird to the near side, Jones to the far, and Baxter with the handoff, picks his spot, spins for the first down, and then some. Finally dragged down by 4 Mavericks, but not before he picks up the first down to the 34-yard line, and he's a hard runner. Watch him here. Bounce off tacklers, spinning, keeps those feet driving, and picks up the first down yardage.
Great play right there. Great vision, stretching the field so you'll find the hole, and that's tough on a defense if you're over pursuing, and then he cuts it back up.
13 yards on that pickup. Baxter stays in. 2 receivers now, 3 to the right. Custer throws, almost intercepted, trying to get it over to the far side to
Cody Wheeler, I think, tight end over there.
Cody Wheeler, and the defender got in the way. Watch this one again, and he's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Yeah, It's actually not a bad throw. Got it over the top of him. They tried that little motion that they've been doing with Cody on all the run plays and then tried to slip him out without the defense catching him right there. So trying to get a little tricky, slip him out, and good play by the defense knowing where to go.
2nd and 10. Jones in motion now. Handoff to Baxter over the left side. And he is hit and dropped. Nice play coming over and making the stop is Hunter Peck, the 6-foot senior. And that time they did not let Baxter get into the secondary.
Got a 3rd down here, trying to get a stop. I doubt Rocky's going to kick a field goal from here, but probably 2-down territory for Rocky right here.
It would be into the breeze, as there is a slight breeze coming from your left to right. So any kick is going into the wind, such as it is. Baxter sets up next to Custer. 3 receivers to the far side, and a flag. And he got Mountain View to jump, and that makes a 3rd and 8 a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Luke Edwards selling out right there, just going all the way back, staying in his stance all the way down. Gotta love it.
3rd and 3 now at the 27. Gives the quarterback and the play caller a little bit more options for what you can do on a 3rd and 3. And the throw is incomplete. I'm not sure who he was trying to throw that to. Bird was held up at the line of scrimmage, and there's a flag on the play. Maybe it's defensive holding, as Drew Bird was trying. Oh, they're going to get a roughing the passer. Wow. I was watching the play, did not see the roughing the passer. He went up high.
Went up to his face.
That's
tough.
The problem. Is
tough play
Bill
right
Gates
there.
Matua didn't hit him late, but he hit him high. And that penalty by first gives them a 1st down. And they will spot it at the 14-yard line.
Tough right there. You're just trying to make a tackle, make a play, get your hands up. Ends up with the quarterback's face, get a penalty. Tough break.
On the fly sweep, it's Jones. Cuts inside the 5. And just look at that speed of Sean Jones.
Gotta love those end arounds. That guy can make a lot of people miss, or he can just put it right up and hit you. So kind of fun to watch him play. He's got kind of that weapon mentality where he can do it deep, do it end around, get the ball out of the backfield. Pretty dynamic player right there. Great blocking on the outside by Cody Wheeler too.
They mark him at about the 5, so it's a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 inside the 5. Easton Young lines up in the backfield, but Custer takes it himself, and Kalen Custer is in for the touchdown. And that makes it 27-7. Custer with the short run. And Rocky's dominance on the line of scrimmage. Custer just following his fullback in for the score.
Yep, real easy right there. Easton Young leading the way, blocking for him, and just probably run that 3 times in a row just until it works.
Sawyer McClendon tacks on the extra point. We watch this one again before we go to break. There's the lead block, and Custer picks his way through, and it's a 3-touchdown lead for the Grizzlies. Rocky Mountain cashes in on the turnover and goes 63 yards in 9 plays in 4 minutes and 21 seconds to take the 28-7 lead. That kick by McClendon taken in the end zone for a touchback. And two turnovers by Mountain View have resulted in 14 points for Rocky Mountain. Now it's time for Mountain View to put something on the board.
Yep. Got to limit the turnovers and on offense and limit explosive plays on defense. So starts right here on offense. Get the drive with Nelson going. Trust those receivers and get down the field.
So we'll see Henry Nelson bring his team on the field, down now 28-7. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Empty backfield for Nelson, 4 receivers in the pattern. Now on the end around, it comes to Pichardo, and he goes over the left side, doesn't get a whole lot before he's met by several Grizzly defenders.
Good pursuit by Rocky's defense right there. Obviously, Mountain View still coming out, trying to stretch the field, try to take advantage of some speed on the perimeter, and Rocky's there to meet him, but still staying ahead of the chains. Nelson's trying to move the ball, try to get him back in some positive field position here.
Karsten Clyde with the stop. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Now Pichardo lines up in the backfield next to Nelson, who drops back, short drop, throws, caught for a short gain as Munson, down to his knees after the reception, got only to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Rocky brings the pressure right there, and he tries to find his outlet, but he just can't keep him up on his feet. Could have had a nice gain there if he would have stayed up.
Just run again, and as soon as he catches it, he's on the ground. So now a 3rd and 5 inside 4.5 minutes to go. Big play here for the Mavericks offense. They need to give their defense a rest.
Yeah, you got your senior quarterback. You put it on him. You got the rapport with the receivers. Come out, try to make a play. Get that first down, move the sticks.
Foy to the near side. He's been kind of quiet tonight. They throw it out on a screen. He defended nicely, incomplete. Tried to hit Pichardo. I think there's a flag on the field.
Might have a personal foul here.
Well, let's see what the call is. Well, that's going to keep the drive alive.
Rocky's had a couple close calls, and they finally, they call it and get a bail out there. Mountain View does, but moving the sticks nonetheless. Try to reset, see if he can get down the field.
Hit him late, but it wasn't egregious. But they mark it at the 40-yard line, and so each team committing a big roughing the passer penalty on consecutive drives. This one keeps the drive alive for the Mavericks.
This game might be a little emotional,
Yeah. Well, these two teams took part in 7-on-7 play this summer, and I guess it got a little spicy. Pass out to Pichardo. Cuts inside and is spun down. Nice defensive play there by Cooper Lesterberg to really read that screen and hold it to a short gain of only 3.
He must be the screen guy. I swear, every screen, he's just out there. He's reading it every single time.
Nice job to hold Pichardo to just the 3 yards. Now they stack 2 receivers on each side. Keep Pichardo in the backfield. First time we've seen this formation tonight. Nelson hands the ball to Pichardo. It's got a nice hole, but it's closed quickly. Had the hole, and it was closed very fast by Drake Peterson, who's been a factor tonight. And then I think, is there a flag down on
late
the near
flag,
side?
getting chippy down there a little bit.
I think Peterson did a little woofing after he made the stop. He was kind of staring him down. And then they say no flag?
No flag.
No flag. Well, a break for Rocky Mountain, because Peterson certainly, after he made that stop, watch what he does. He makes a tackle, and if we stay with it, you're not going to see it. He stood up and just kind of glared at Pichardo after making the stop, and I thought that's why the flag was thrown. There you see him but the official picked it up, so now it's 3rd and 5. 3 receivers bunched to the far side, 1 to the near. Nelson rushed, looks for room. Doesn't want to have to run it, but he will. Crosses midfield and then steps out of bounds at the Rocky Mountain 46.
Great play there by Nelson, finding the lane. Nobody's open. Rocky's adjusting to the 3-by-1, so nowhere to throw it. Finds his lane, gets the first down. He's moving the offense down the field.
I think it's safe to say that Nelson is a reluctant rusher. Coming into tonight, 12 carries for 24 yards. First down. He's flushed again, rolls right. He's got a man out there, it's Foy. Did he lead him perfectly? He did for the touchdown. 46 yards.
I think we got a flag out there. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a hold on Mountain View.
And this one is coming back. Perfect throw to Foy. Nelson eluded the rush, rolled to his right. Foy had 5 yards on his defender, but all for naught on the holding penalty that brings it back.
Tough break for Mountain View. They've been setting it up. They see it. Foy gets out. Great throw, great catch, and just unfortunately, holding ruins a lot of plays.
It looked like the interior right side of the line. That penalty pushes them back to the 44-yard line. Makes it 1st and 20. Nelson now trying to erase that memory. Rolls right, throws, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by, I think it's David Mualo. Let's see, 26 or 29. 26 has the football. That's David Mualo. And now there's referees are talking. I don't see a flag. If the play stands, it's Rocky Mountain's ball near midfield, but the officials talking about it.
Looks like the view right there. It looks like he has feet down, can't see the catch.
Looked like he may have been bobbling it slightly. Let's see if this one tells us a better story. Steps in front of the intended receiver. Oh, we have.
Roughing the passer. That's number 37. That penalty is 15 yards and resulting in automatic first down. After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct. After it's number 54. This switch the game.
So we had offsetting penalties, a roughing the passer against Rocky Mountain that gave Mountain View the first down, and then a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Mavericks. So it's 15 forward and 15 back, but it's a first down because they enforced the live ball foul first.
Right.
And so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Great, looked like a great catch by David there on the sideline. Unfortunately gets called back. Game's getting a little bit chippy out there. Flags are starting to add up in the second half.
So the ball exactly where it was before that play. Wipe out the interception, and it's 1st and 10 for Nelson and his Mavericks. But now the clock showing just 2:43 here in the 3rd quarter. It's funny, they called 2 penalties. I didn't see a single flag on the field. And nowhere to go.
Oh, he's still going.
For Miles, but now he squirts free to near midfield. I thought Miles was bottled up for a loss.
So did
I
Rocky.
think everybody did,
Yeah.
and they kind of lightened up, and Miles got to midfield for a gain of 6.
Got to play till you hear that whistle. Great effort by the running back. Just keep going.
Hit that hole and squirted through. 2nd down at midfield, 2nd and 4 for the Mavericks. So we approach 2 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. The showdown of the week and the battle of the mountain. A nice big axe trophy to the winner. Quick pass is not good. Tried to hit Munson on the far side, and this pass rush, that time they blitzed a DB and forced a quick throw.
Forced to throw. Didn't look like they were quite on the same page right there on where Munson was going to be, but it's the right call, right throw. You got the pressure coming, try to get it to the right guy, and just wasn't quite on the same page where he was going to be.
Two-down territory for the Mavericks, down 28-7. 3rd and 4 at midfield. Nelson has time, rolls to his right, looking, now fires, and it's deflected, incomplete. And David Lualo, who had the interception negated by the offsetting penalties, put the pressure on and got a piece of that pass. Watch it here. And he says, I'm going to jump and just deflect it. He gets a block shot for that one.
Great job by Rocky's defense, staying disciplined, staying on their guys. Those scramble drills have been messing them up a little bit this game, but good job by the DB staying there and David forcing the bad throw.
Now it's 4th and 5 from midfield for the Mavericks. Clock stopped with 1:52 to go. Mountain View a little slow getting the play in. Now they set 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and Nelson facing a 4th and 4. Needs to get to the Rocky Mountain 46 to keep the drive alive. He drops, steps up, complete for the first down, and then some. Inside the 35-yard line goes Denton Wilson. And that time, he had time to throw, and that made all the difference in the world.
Time to throw, and then crossing route coming across the backers. Hard to pick him up, know where he's going to be. So had a little bit of time, got in space, and getting the first down, moving the sticks down the field.
16-yard pickup on 4th and 4 for the first down. Nelson hands the ball off. Over the left side to the 20 to the 15, inside the 15 goes Bear Scott, his second carry of the game and his most productive one of the night.
Great job by Mountain View. Rocky's thinking pass, and then he stretched the field with the run.
Mark him down at the 18-yard line for a 1st and 10. Pulls it out of the receiver's hands and then throws over the middle. Incomplete, tried to hit Munson. Excuse me, Weaver, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Weaver with the great catch earlier on that 4th down play comes back out. I don't think he was ready for the ball quite that fast. Great throw there though. Hitting him where he's open, try to let him go. If he catches it, he's probably in the end zone.
2nd and 10 at the 13. Clock down under a minute though here in the 3rd quarter, and Mountain View down 3 scores. Nelson drops, flushed, rolls left, and is forced out of bounds on the far side by Cooper Lesterberg. One of the Mountain View players had his helmet come off, and so he's going to have to sit this next play out. That's left tackle Marcus Storr, the 6'3" junior. He's telling the official that it was an illegal hand in the face that forced his helmet off, but the official was not going to have any of it.
Yep. Rocky putting in Jax Tanner on D-line right here. Tough when you lose your left tackle, and then Jax comes in to match up with your replacement. So good gamesmanship here by Rocky and trying to force an error here on 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 from the 13. Nelson pressured, lost the ball. I think Mountain View recovered, but the pressure again, this pass rush has been relentless. Cooper Lesterberg again with the rush. It was recovered by Cooper Patterson, the tight end, but
great play there. Quentin Michael's starting to see where he can get the pressure applied to Nelson, and just stressful when you're a quarterback, when you're always under pressure. It's tough.
How many 4th and 26 plays are in your playbook? We'll find out after we come back to start the 4th quarter, as that completes 3 quarters of play, and it's been all Rocky Mountain here in the 3rd. They're up 28-7 in the Battle of the Mountain. We're back after this timeout. Well, we get to start the fourth quarter. A couple Boise State coaches on the sidelines. Matt Miller, the receivers coach, and defensive coordinator Eric Shenander. And I think maybe they're battling it out over see who gets Sean Jones on their side of the ball.
I don't blame them. Sean Jones is a playmaker. Obviously, they surprised the special teams coordinator's not out here trying to get him as well. So good to have those guys here.
Rowan Rupp of Rocky Mountain also committed to Boise State. So they were checking out him, but he's not really played much after going out early in the first quarter. We start the fourth quarter, 4th and 26. Of course, the Broncos with a bye this week after their big win over Eastern Washington last week. And now 4th and 26. It's not 2-down territory, it's 1-down territory. See what the coaches have up their sleeve. Nelson back, he's rushed, he's chased, and he will not get it off. Brought down on the sack by Luke Abernathy, and this pass rush has been relentless.
Just tough when you only have 3 guys to block and you can't get any time to get down the field. It's Abernathy making a great play one-on-one, but really the O-line, you gotta protect, double team, make sure that your quarterback gets some time to get the ball downfield.
Since scoring their touchdown, Mountain View has fumbled, punted, lost the ball on downs, fumbled, and lost the ball on downs.
Rocky comes right back out with the speed option.
And it's read beautifully. And now a late flag, and that doesn't bode well for the defense the way that was thrown.
Yeah, the guy's got his helmet off. Doesn't look promising.
After the play is over, personal foul, face mask, defense number 90.
That face mask penalty after the play. So the play was no gain to the 30-yard line, and then the penalty marks it to the 45 as offensive lineman Caden Selecki had his helmet taken off, and the personal foul, I think they whistled it against Adam Curtis, and now we're seeing a lot more 15-yard penalties here in this game.
A lot of self-inflicted wounds right now for Mountain View.
First down, handoff up the middle. No, a keeper by Custer, and he slides down to the 49-yard line. Custer with the keeper, shows no fear, goes right into the teeth of that defense. Watch this one again. Good play fake, had me faked out. And then Custer hit high as he was going down.
Yeah.
Could have been a flag there against Grady Connors, but none called.
Tough when you're playing a quarterback like this. Nowhere really for him to go. He's trying to go right. They got 2 guys there, and he still finds 5 yards.
Second down. And the handoff to Kleinkopf, and he is going to be a couple yards shy of the first down. But there is a flag on the play. It's back in the backfield, and it'll be a hold against the Grizzlies. So we were really clean in that first quarter and a half, and then the laundry is sort of adding up here later stages of the game.
Yeah, sometimes you come out, you make adjustments, but there's things that maybe you haven't practiced as much, so maybe the play gets a little sloppier while you're trying to make those things happen. So you get tired, you get new ideas, you get things you're trying to put in, and players are doing their best, but sometimes you need those reps before you can come out and run those plays.
Well, the scenario right now with a 28-7 lead and the dominant running game of this Rocky Mountain team plays right into the Grizzlies' hands. They can control the ball, eat as much clock as they can, and keep Mountain View's offense off the field. And when Mountain View's offense is out on the field, Nelson's not having a whole lot of time to throw.
Yeah, definitely got to stop the pressure on the QB right there.
The handoff to the left side. Kleinkopf dances outside and is pushed out of bounds, and another flag comes in.
Mark.
Boy. So let's wait and see what this call is. So we check our referee, who's gotten a lot of airtime tonight. He's talking to the Mountain View side of things, so it looks like maybe another hold. Now Jax Tanner called for the face mask penalty.
Yeah, Jack's got a little physical there. I saw him finish the play, the guy on the ground. I don't know if he just pulled him down or what happened there, but.
So the penalty pushes them all the way back to the 29-yard line. And it was after the play, so the play will stand. So it's 2nd down and a mile. 2nd and 25 from the 29 with 10 minutes to go. Kleinkopf stays in the backfield. Custer to throw, wings it to the near side, and it's dropped. Kleinkopf tried to run before he caught it, and it bounced off his fingertips, incomplete for 3rd down.
Really great play. Cody Wheeler out lead blocking. Custer gets the ball there this time. Great throw. Leads him right where he needs to, and I think he was just looking about where he's going to run before he secured the catch right there.
Mountain View did have a couple defenders in the neighborhood, Mason Garcia and Gavin Draw, so I don't know how significant a gain it would have been, but it would have been better than what they got.
Yeah.
So now 3rd and 25 with 9:50 to go. Baxter, the single setback, throw over the middle to Jones. He is upended near the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down. Sean Jones in traffic goes up high over the middle to pull that one in at the 43.
Great catch there by Jones. A little bit behind him, but Custer hasn't really had to make those throws yet this game. They've been running the ball and hasn't really had to do anything downfield. So nice to see it get a completion, but obviously just too much right there to try to get the 1st down.
Grady Connors defending. So now Foy will drop back for the punt upcoming by Trevor Vaughn, his 2nd punt of the night, as he comes onto the field. Or as a rugby player, we call it the pitch. 9 minutes to go in the game, and Rocky perhaps thinking about a fake. Now a whistle and a timeout taken by the Grizzlies. So
a lot going on in that punt formation.
A lot going on in a strange punt formation. And, you know, do you dare fake it at your 43-yard line leading by 3 touchdowns?
Well, Scott Kreiner told us that he's relinquished the offense, right? So
yeah.
Dre's calling the offense, and so Scott obviously has a big effect on the punt team. So maybe they got something tricky dialed up for 4th and 11 here.
4th down and 11, 8:54 to go here in this one.
You got to think if you're dominating the game like this, you're running the ball, defense is playing great, you just want to play the battle for the field position, get them pinned deep again. Don't give them a chance to get out of something and get some momentum here.
4th quarter score, Capital all over Bora, 55-7. Meridian still leading by 4 at home against Owyhee in the 3rd, 18-14. Eagle over Centennial, 41-7 in the 4th. And Bishop Kelly in the 4th, up 22-15 over Rigby. Middleton leads Cuna 28-6, also in the 4th quarter. So now they line up for the punt, ostensibly. And Vaughn will kick it away. And this low line drive will bounce all the way into the end zone. 57 yards, but it's a touchback. And there's a flag down at the 36-yard line. So let's check what that flag is.
I think Ian Ramirez got a little aggressive on that block. Might be called for a hold here.
Mountain View with 8:47 to go. We'll be backed up, it looks like. So when you're down by 3 touchdowns, starting at your 10 is not where you want to be. See Scott Kreiner, the head coach, in his 2nd stint. 55-14 is his career mark. And he relinquished, as Joel said, relinquished the play calling this year. He said it's a little hard for him to take. He's so used to being the guy making the calls.
Yeah, I think he's excited to be a little more involved in the defense this year as well, but relinquish the offense, let those guys grow and develop a little bit, and try to share his knowledge and history.
So a tough spot for Nelson. 1st and 10 at the 10. He rolls right, looks downfield, launches, and overshoots everybody. And they have made Henry Nelson very uncomfortable tonight.
Very uncomfortable, getting a lot of pressure. Pressure and confuse the quarterback. They're doing a great job of that tonight, and it's really affecting the entire way that Mountain View is able to move the ball.
Munson, the intended receiver, you see him there. Frustrating night for that man, Henry Nelson. Mavericks with an interesting design on their helmet. Not seen that before. Nelson out to the right side. There's Munson behind a screen, and he will get the first down. Good downfield blocking for the first down yardage for Munson.
Yeah, great play there. Get the ball out to the perimeter. Nice job. I think that's Tyler again, Tyler Weaver, blocking all the way down the field. It's really hard to hold a block for that long as a receiver on the perimeter. He's doing a great job.
Out to the 25-yard line, so a 15-yard pickup. First down, but Mountain View still trailing by 3 touchdowns and time winding. There's a short carry on the right side. That's Will Miles, only for maybe a yard. Second down and 9, and that play didn't get much yardage, and 8 clock.
Yeah, it's tough as an offense when you're down 21. You're trying to keep the defense honest, but you know you got to start getting downfield and getting touchdowns if you got a chance to stay in this game.
Miles stays in the game at running back. He's in the backfield with Nelson. Rocky shows blitz. They bring the pressure. He unloads, trying to hit Foy, and it's incomplete. Foy defended nicely on the outside by Riker Clyde, and there is now a flag on the play. And did they call pass interference?
No, it's in the backfield.
No, it's in the backfield. Okay, I was looking at where the play was downfield. They wouldn't call pass interference from the backfield, so that's generally...
You'd hope not.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 94, 15-yard penalty, result in a first down.
Well, an unsportsmanlike conduct, and boy, we talked about how the 7-on-7 this summer got spicy. Tempers definitely getting the best of them. There you see, it looks like an extra shove right at the end by Ezekiel Tunai, and that penalty takes it to the 41-yard line. A host of 15-yard penalties here in the second half. Coaches do not like to see undisciplined play.
Nope, and you're helping Mountain View move down the field.
Nelson gets free. He's got a man out there, and it's thrown in a double coverage, and it's incomplete. Tried to hit. Foy was there, and so was Wilson, and it's incomplete.
Great defensive play here, getting the hand up, getting in the way. I think this was Carriaga, I think. 26, oh, that's David, I think.
David Muallo.
Nice job, he's having a great game.
Yeah, he's really playing a solid game tonight. Interception that was negated by a penalty, and he's made a lot of big tackles. So a good showing for David tonight. Plus he's been returning kicks on the special teams to give Sean Jones a rest. Second down and 10. And the handoff and nothing going. Miles met by a host of Grizzlies. Take your pick on who gets credit for the tackle. Grady Johnson was there. Weatherly was there.
Yeah, they're swarming to the ball. Almost looked like
Cooper Lesterberg was there.
Yeah, getting after him. Check
out that club on Grady Johnson's left hand. all padded and wrapped up to protect it. So that lost back to the 39-yard line. So it's now 3rd and 12. Clock rolling, 6.5 to go. Big play here for Nelson. He's got time. Now he's flushed. And on the comeback, it's caught for the first down. Spinning out of one tackle, but not a second tackle, is Munson, but he gets the first down on the Rocky Mountain side of the field, and the Mavericks needed that completion.
That's big time. Nelson scrambling, keeping it alive, and then Munson just sits in the hole, finds the space. He's open, just sits there and waits for Nelson to deliver the ball. That's great.
Big first down for the Mavericks. Inside 6 minutes to go in this one. First down play for Nelson. Hands the ball off to Miles. Breaks a couple tackles before he's finally brought down. Almost a 5-yard gain. Good running, hard running by Miles up the middle.
Yeah, good job picking up those 5-6 yards, keeping it moving. If you're Mountain View, you got to speed up a little bit here. You're going to run out of clock for sure if you keep going slow.
6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4. Clock rolling as we approach 5:15. Nelson has Miles in the backfield. Twin receivers to the right. Flushed again. Rolls. Gets past one to the original line of scrimmage, and finally brought down by Weatherly, but nobody downfield for Nelson to throw it to, and really breaking that play up. David Formaster flushed him out of the pocket, and Nelson lucky to get forward for a couple yards.
Yeah, good job making some people miss, but just nothing open downfield. Tried to do the best he can, but big 3rd and 1 right here.
4:22 to go in this one. Mountain View looking for the first down to keep the drive alive. Nelson, no real sense of urgency on this Maverick club. Have to be aware the clock is ticking down and they need to hurry up.
Trying to get their formation right here.
Bear Scott with the handoff, and he will be close to, I think he'll get the first down. Forward progress. Now the spot from the near side looks like it's going to be short. Thought for sure his forward progress got him the yardage, but the officials thought otherwise, and they're going to say no gain. So now an important 4th down and 1 with 3:26 to go in this one.
Bringing in Will Miles now.
I don't think running wide is the play you want on a play like on a 3rd and 1.
It's tough for that Rocky D-line.
Yeah, and it's a slow developing play.
Yeah.
Gives the pursuit a chance to catch up. So it's 4th and 1. So we approach 3 minutes in this one. Miles, a single setback with Nelson in the backfield. Nelson will keep it himself. He gets the first down and more. Still on his feet at the 20. Finally dragged down inside the 15. Nelson said, I will not be denied this time. And he gets the first down at about the 12 or 13-yard line.
Yeah, great play call right there. Got the speed option. Either guy could have taken it to get the first down, and then running back turns into the lead blocker and get more yards.
19-yard pickup on 4th down, but the clock rolling with 2.5 to go. Nelson near side. Munson on the screen, and he will be close to a first down, and I believe will get the first down inside the 5.
Nice to see some poise by Nelson, you know, winding the clock, probably not going to stay in this game, but good way to, you know, non-conference schedule, come down, try to finish the game, try to finish the drive.
1st and goal at the 2. Miles in the backfield, and we have apparently another cramping Rocky Mountain player. Can't catch his number, but he's on his back getting tended to. Looks like that is...
I think that's Riker Clyde.
Yeah, Riker Clyde. Junior defensive back.
He's had a great game all day guarding those receivers.
So he will work his way to the sidelines. Good crowd on hand. The Rocky Mountain side full. The student section showing out, and a good crowd on the far side with the Mountain View crowd and their student section. And these two schools just 7 miles apart. And the animosity, as we've seen, runs deep.
Yeah, pretty awesome to be here. Friday Night Lights, high school football in Idaho. Great to see these two teams play.
First and goal at the 2. Jaden Bailey, the center, over the ball. Miles, the single setback with Nelson in the backfield. And we have movement up front, and it'll be an encroachment, so they'll move the ball to the 1. First and goal at the 1. Watch this one again. It was the middle of that line. It looks like Jax Tanner jumped. He says, I'm not used to playing defense. I'm an All-American offensive lineman. What am I doing here?
So it shows you what this game means. Jax Tanner's still in the game on defense.
Nelson, short drop, throws off the hands of his receiver. Outside, that was intended for Liam Nielsen, his tight end. Broken up.
Nice job there by Carson Clyde. Helping break up the pass. Scott talked about how he's always in the right spot. Good leader on the defense. Really smart football player.
And then after the play, an unsportsmanlike or an unnecessary roughness penalty against Mountain View. So their second and goal from the 1 becomes second and goal from the 16.
That'll kill you. You're just trying to finish a drive, try to get in the end zone, try to show your team what you can do, and then get backed up. So it's going to be a little work for Mountain View to get in the end zone here.
I believe this is what you call teaching moments.
Yes.
The coaches will have a conversation about just discipline and composure.
Yeah. Well, both teams start conference play next week, right? So this is kind of your last opportunity to get those out before you start playing the games that matter.
Rocky comes in ranked number 2 in the state. They will certainly stay there. The pass to the right side. This is Miles. Miles will take it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Henry Nelson's pass of Will Miles is good. 16 yards.
Great play call there. Wyatt Bowman on defense for Rocky gets lost a little bit. Miles sneaks out, catches the ball, and he's gone into the end zone.
14-play drive. But it might be, as they say, too little too late. 1:55 to go. And Guerrero to add the 14th point. Kick on the way, and it is good. Timeout on the field. 1:55 to go in this one in the Battle of the Mountain. It's 28-14 in favor of the Grizzlies as Miles takes it in for Mountain View. Well, Mountain View with their best drive of the game goes 90 yards in 14 plays in 6 minutes and 42 seconds. But with a minute 55 to go, the onside kick attempt, the ball's loose, and it's fallen on by Rocky Mountain. And the Grizzlies recover the onside kick attempt. A little greased pig action there, but it finally gets recovered by the home team.
If you're the kicking team, get the bounce off and kick back to you. But nice job by Sean Jones. Sean Jones falling on that ball right there.
Interestingly enough, no time went off the clock, but the ball was touched in play. So you would think some time went off the clock. 1st and 10 at the 45. And now this is just Rocky Mountain's turn to eat a little clock and win their 2nd straight Battle of the Mountain trophy.
Yeah, you've been running the ball all day, so now you get to do it and wind it down.
Inside handoff, big hole for Baxter, and he's going to get pushed forward for the 1st down. Finally, the whistle stopped the play at the 34-yard line for an 12-yard pickup. And a 1st down for Rocky. The clock resets. And the Grizzlies are going to move to 3-0 on the season. 1-2 will be the mark for the Mavericks of Mountain View High School. And again, we talked about their upcoming schedule. So Mountain View is at CUNA next week in what turns out to be a big game in their division. Well, it's homecoming here at Rocky Mountain as the Capital Eagles come to town. Inside handoff, and not much there for Baxter this time.
Yep, trying to finish the game out. Mountain View's going to take their timeouts, make them earn it.
Mountain View coaches coaching to the final whistle. Gain of 1 to the 33-yard line, so it's 2nd and 9. Next week, we will bring you the showdown of the week from Eagle High School as the Boise Brave, still smarting from a 7-point loss last night to Timberline, will take on the Eagle Mustangs. We'll have that for you at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Hope you join us.
Yeah, pretty cool opportunity for the West Ada School District to have a stream like this. Obviously, a great crew at the Peak Productions. Those guys in the truck and on the camera, couldn't do it without them. So I want to say thank you to those guys and creating this opportunity for high school kids to be able to, be on the air, which is pretty cool.
Capital comes in next week after a 55-7 win against Bora tonight. Eagle beats Centennial 41-14. Meridian hanging on, leading Hawaii now 24-21. And I echo your sentiments about our outstanding crew. Baxter, ball may have scored it out, but I think Baxter fell on it.
Baxter on the run, tackled by Harrison Bagley.
Bagley with the stop. Clock rolls, and then it's stopped with a timeout. I believe the clock is stopped. I didn't see a timeout called. Now we will get that.
Yeah, another timeout.
The ball was loose, but Baxter fell on it with 1:03 to go.
If you're Mountain View, that's what you're hoping for, right? Just get the ball out. Crazy things happen in football. I don't know if you watched that Bills game on Monday. But
yes, I turned it off because I thought it was over. As did a lot of people. Bishop Kelly still leading Rigby, a 4th quarter score, 22-15. That's a big one.
Wow.
If the 5A Knights able to upend the defending state champs. But as you were saying off the air, Rigby's not maybe the Rigby team we've seen in the past few years. Maybe a slight dip in their outstanding performance.
Coming off the state, they lost a lot of guys. Obviously, they reload every year. Coach Armando Gonzalez is a great coach, so I'm expecting they'll be back in the playoffs and probably meet one of these West Ada teams over here. But pretty awesome for Bishop Kelly to be able to come in and be leading right now against Rigby.
3rd and 4. Baxter, the single setback and a flag as a procedure. It's going to make it 3rd and 9. Really not consequential in the scheme of things. Rocky Mountain will make it 2 in a row in the Battle of the Mountain, and they will get that big axe trophy. Axe trophy, I said. Big axe trophy.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice to get the like you said at the start, the road teams have won the last 4 years. So pretty cool that the home team, obviously I know Rocky wants to keep it here with them, but you know Mountain View next year will be coming right back trying to keep it at when we play at home there.
Shuffling some personnel in for Rocky out to the far side. That receiver, Taylor Porter, and now a delay of game. So now it's 3rd and a bunch.
So frustrates you as a coach if you're trying to finish the game, try to show your team how to run the clock out, and then you get back-to-back penalties.
3rd and 14 from the 37. With 1:02 to go. Mountain View still with 1 timeout. Custer on the option is dragged down. Stopped there by linebacker Mason Garcia. And now Mountain View takes their final timeout of the game. With 55 seconds to go, it's going to be 4th down and 10. They will spot the ball at the 33. So 4th down and about 10 for Rocky Mountain, as this one, as I say, all over but the shouting. And Rocky Mountain, again, coming in undefeated, and they will stay at 3-0 and see if they preserve their number 2 ranking in the state.
Looks like they're trying to kick field goal with the wind.
And the breezes died down, but Sawyer McClendon in to try a 50-yarder. With 55 seconds to go, out of the hold of backup quarterback Joe Chandler. He was short from 52 earlier in this game. This one on the way, maybe has a distance, and it is good!
Snuck right over the bar right there, just long enough.
McClendon with a 50-yarder, and he needed every inch of that one. Watch this one just get over the crossbar. With 44 seconds to go to make it 31-14. And that drive, when you look at it, officially with all the penalties, they went 12 yards. In 5 plays. In 1 and 11 seconds. And now it's 31-14 as McClendon has something to put in his scrapbook, a 50-yarder.
Pretty cool, get to come in, close out the game. You already had the win, no pressure, just kick the ball 50 yards.
And who knows, late in the season, they need a game-winning field goal. Does he have the extra confidence because he knows he's good from 50?
Yeah. And those are the moments, right? Those are the moments you want to build up throughout the season, so when you get to the playoffs, you have the confidence to do it.
44 seconds left in this one. And then McClendon with a little extra adrenaline puts that one in the end zone for the touchback. Mountain View out of timeouts. And they will start at the 20 as we will have the final few plays and wrap this one up for the night on a beautiful Friday night in September in Meridian, Idaho.
Yeah, this one could be interesting. You got Nelson still out there with all his receivers and backups in for Rocky, so might be able to do some things down the field here, work on a little bit of 2-minute for Mountain View, try to drive the ball down the field.
Foy at the near side, he's been held in check tonight, but really Nelson has not had time to throw tonight. This Rocky Mountain defensive line has really pressured him. He drops back, launches it, it's caught out there, and out of bounds with the reception is Denton Wilson. Wilson's been a big target tonight.
Yeah. been there when he needed him. Good out, get out of bounds, save some clock, and get an easy 5 yards.
Took 3 seconds off the clock. Nelson with trips to the near side. Steps up out of pressure, and he will just jog out of bounds across the 30-yard line to the 31 for a gain of 6 and a first down. Even with the 2s in there for this Rocky defense, Nelson couldn't find anybody to throw to.
Yeah, everybody's in coverage, and they still got a little pressure on him with the 2s in, so had to scramble a little bit, but I'm guessing he'll like the matchup here on the 3 by side. Find a guy, take a shot. He looked like he's giving a little signal.
Munson, the closest receiver to us. Nelson steps up, gets into this throw. It's over the middle, it's caught. That is Weaver. Weaver in deep into Rocky Mountain territory with 24 seconds to go. Weaver dragged down at the 12-yard line. Long gain, 57 yards.
Got to get your play called. Clock's going to start here in a second.
So you think Nelson just spiked the ball to stop the clock? No, instead he's going to throw it. It's caught on the inside route, flagged down. The receiver is down to the 1-yard line. That was Munson. But now let's check the flag. Came in from the defensive backfield. So you have to think it's maybe an illegal hold or something on the defense. I don't want to speculate. Perhaps too many men on the field. Substitution violation.
Illegal substitution. Defense. That penalty is declined. It's first down.
Yep.
The clock will start on the snap.
Want to get your
Yeah, there were too many guys on the field. So the pass down to the 1-yard line as they decline the penalty. First and goal at the 1. The clock will start on the snap with 15 seconds to go. Mountain View out of timeouts. They're going to have to get set and run maybe two plays if they don't score here.
Get your play ready to roll. And
Miles in the backfield. Nelson rolls right. He looks, and it's caught for the touchdown to Weaver.
great catch.
Tyler
by
Weaver with the touchdown. Nelson, the 1-yard pass. Weaver, that's the second one of those he's had tonight.
Yeah, great play again. Just Weaver extending, snatching the ball, getting the end zone. I think he had that long play down the field as well. So great job by Weaver to finish the game.
Guerrero to add the 21st point. And his kick is true. 31-21 is your score. As Mountain View gets the Nelson pass to Weaver. And they went 80 yards in 5 plays. And it took them all of 34 seconds.
A little bit different when the twos are in.
Yeah.
You know, get to move the ball, but that's good for Mountain View too. They get a little bit of work on a live game situation, try to figure out what they can do later on in the year to try to open up some space in a 2-minute situation.
Guerrero lining up, looks like he's setting up for the onside kick with 10 seconds to go. And they set the hands team to the near side, and Rocky Mountain counters with their hands team to the near side. 10 seconds left in this one. And the bouncing kick is recovered by nobody yet. Let's see who they say got it.
I think Mountain View got that.
Did the Mavericks get it? The officials talking about it. Rocky says it's theirs. Nobody's signaled.
There was an inadvertent whistle on the play. By rule, we will replay the kickoff.
An inadvertent kick, so they will, or whistle rather, so they'll do it again. Okay. Let's see who actually recovered it. Yeah, it looks like it was recovered by Munson.
Both coaches upset with that call. I'm not sure. Not sure why.
So Guerrero will tee it up and do it again. This one takes a hop, bounces off a Rocky Mountain player, and is picked up by the Grizzlies. And that will pretty much end things with 5-6 seconds to go. Rocky Mountain has possession, and this one will end a 10-point contest in favor of the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. They will retain the Battle of the Mountain trophy and improve to 3-0 on the season.
Rocky Mountain begins this drive, 1st and 10 at the Grizzlies.
And this is your coach's favorite play,
Yeah.
the victory formation.
They kneel it out. And
so really the way this game is run, it's been the running game of Rocky Mountain, and they're controlling the defensive line and really not making Henry Nelson very comfortable back there. He was rushed all night, had to throw a lot on the run, and when he threw, didn't have a whole lot of targets.
yeah, both coaches said it would come down to the fronts, and I think that's true. Rocky on both sides dominated the line of scrimmage, ran the ball. O-line did a great job blocking, so did the tight ends and wide receivers, and then defense, like you said, just pressure. The quarterback, Nelson's a great quarterback. I think he's going to have a great year, makes a lot of smart plays, but that pressure adds up, so it got to him, and Rocky gets the win.
And that's the final score here from Rocky Mountain High School. 31-21 in favor of the home team, as the Grizzlies now 3-0 on the season, and the Mavericks fall to 1-2. Some big plays, some stout line play, and a win for the home team, their second straight in this rivalry against the Mavericks from Mountain View. Don't forget, next week, the Showdown of the Week is at Eagle High School as they host the Brave from Boise High School. For Joel Schneider and our entire At the Peak crew, Mark Snyder saying thanks for joining us here for the Showdown of the Week.